Hey!
And welcome to Lyto. Today we are in the first video of Lyto News. And in this format we are gonna go through the best technological news of this week. Let's go with the first one then. The first one I want to mention the winner of the Disrupt Berlin, which is an event that TechCrunch run every year, and the winner is a company called Legacy, where what they do is they solve the problem of the reduction of the mobility of a sprint. Basically, they say, well, we're getting with the age, when we get older, the mobility is like reduced like significantly, no? So they have created a solution where we don't have to go to any clinic. The data is completely private, and it makes the experience and a problem like this more easy and more accessible for everybody. So I think that's why they have won this route, because they're solving a real problem, you know.
Yeah, and especially in these times that now with pollution and climate change, they are finding out that our fertility is getting lower down, you know, and also due to the fact that we have babies when we are older. Before it was when we were 20s, now we're having them when 30s or 40s.
Exactly, so innovating in that area. I wanted to mention as well the other finalists, which I've seen really interesting solution. It's always good to check who are, you know, the finalists to see what is the industry interesting on. And I had seen a solution related to data, a lot of data applied to the public sector. There was a company that helped government institutions to organize all this public data that they collect a lot, but it's difficult to manage. And other application with AI and several things. Really interesting thing actually. So yeah, really good for this event, and we will hope to see more innovation in next year.
Okay. Yeah, moving on to the next news. The world's first genetically altered baby was born in China. So this has changed like the whole perspective of the scientific community. Chinese lab, with help of American workers, they have developed the first human baby that was altered genetically, but not for avoiding a genetic disease, but for improving the human itself. So what they did, basically, they changed a gene to make the baby autoimmune to AIDS. So basically, if it has any contact with VIH, it's not gonna get it.
Exactly, and this brings another problem apart from the scientific aspect, and is the ethical part, isn't it?
Exactly.
Because we are getting in this difficult part of are we talking to it like such a massive improvement that it can create this comparison with our own race, no?
Exactly.
Race,
a new race that is better than human race, and also that basically we don't know if we change this gene, it might provide you immunity against AIDS, but it might also create some secondary effects that are bad for your health in general.
Exactly. We'll be tuned to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one, and this news talk about how Google Assistant will be now nicer. So, for example, if you set the timer and say, Google, set the timer for 10 minutes, please, and you use please and thank you, it will respond with some more nicer and more polite. But we have to say, we would like to see this kind of change. But we have to say that this Alexa have it like on April last year.
Since April, yeah.
Yeah, Amazon, implemented in the new one. So
Google is always going a little bit behind Alexa
in the voice assistant.
I think they took their time for waiting some months and to let Alexa test how the users interface this new thing, and now that they see that it's actually working, they're implementing it.
Exactly. Well, for all of you that have Google Assistant at home, this will be available on next year, 2019. So
quite late, to be honest.
Exactly, it takes a big time, but it's always to have the option is always better, So yeah.
And moving on, good news for Instagrammers. Instagram now provides an option for sharing Insta stories only with your close friends. So basically, you won't have to mess up with groups, private messages. You can make an Insta story that only share to your more close family, friends, contacts, basically.
Exactly. The same that you can also block the people that don't want to see your stories. This is a step in the middle where you can just show to the people that you are interested in, using the story, which is nowadays is the main activity of Instagram through stories. So I think it's good.
Yeah, for me, I think personally it's going to be quite practical because I won't be dealing with a lot of DMs, a lot of groups, sending the story to many people that is not in the same group, in different private messages. And this option that is going to improve my private contact life in Instagram.
Yeah, we like that Instagram, they think about their user and they implement this kind of detail that they don't have to, but they do it to improve the experience, no? So that's really good. Okay, now we move with another big social media company as is YouTube, and especially with their YouTube original show.
Yeah.
Where they decided that in 2020 all these shows that were financed by the user that have to pay to actually watch the show will be completely free. And it seemed that this technique it didn't work really well, so they want to shift and move to all this content to a free basically option, in 2020. It's gonna take a bit of time because they have already a lot of contract which in terms of the production of several shows, so we'll have to wait, but it will arrive soon basically. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think they weren't getting any money from this kind of YouTube originals. I mean, for watching Scare PewDiePie, you already have quite a lot of PewDiePie free content out there in YouTube, and it's not such an important thing to watch that you're gonna pay the amounts they were asking for.
They want to compete with Netflix, Hulu, and other different services like that, but it's difficult to get to that point,
To move from one place to another.
Exactly.
And now going to Apple, another big tech company. They're gonna host this December, from the 1st of December till the 14th in December, worldwide coding courses in their own shops. So basically, if you go to the shops on certain days, they're gonna provide lessons of coding, especially focused for young people from 6 to 12 years old. They're gonna code and program robots using Apple tools. And for those that are older than 12 years old, they're gonna use the Swift Playground to show them basic concepts of programming.
Yeah, I think it's great that they are giving another use to the space. Their store already created a lot of attention because the people go to watch their products, and this is a great option to actually provide to the community and create other things. So
to create a place not that where you go to buy things, but also to network, to talk about Apple, about programming, about technology in general.
Exactly, helping the community and making it grow, which is always really nice. Okay, let's go now with Airbnb, one of my favorite companies in Silicon Valley. And the news talk about how they have a new CFO. As we know, Airbnb is getting to the public market and they needed someone to lead the company towards this. A CFO is a really important role in the company, and they actually are counting with one of the executives of Amazon, Dave Stephenson, and he will be the new CFO of Airbnb. So really exciting news, and we see how it goes with the public launch and everything.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna need a lot of help for going from private to public, because it's a big step that many companies dismissed, and because of that they went to ruin.
Yeah, and what happened actually is with the last CFO, he have a different opinion of the future of the company. Yeah. Basically, Brian Chesky, one of the main co-founders, he wanted to spend big part of the budget in innovation and in things that will not create financial stability in the short term. And that's something that the finance people don't like, because it may create risk. But for a company like Airbnb, they need someone that believes in innovation and believes in this kind of thing. So they definitely need someone like Dave Stephenson.
Yeah. So I was trying to find this balance between innovation and finance security, because especially in these tech startups that are so based in innovation.
Exactly. So we'll see.
Moving on to Amazon, they created a new service focused on healthcare to manage the data for many hospitals or doctors, which is great, especially for patients with big problems like cancer or mental health problems, where the doctors manage a lot of resources, a lot of data that they have to spend hours and hours reading. This kind of software can actually improve their lives by saving a lot of time in managing all this data.
See, exactly. I think it make a lot of sense to use data and technology in many different segments, and we see how in the health sector as well. IBM with Watson is making a lot of improvement with that, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we're seeing now many technological companies get into healthcare, like Apple, IBM, all these kind of companies. Right now Amazon is just testing because they want to ensure that the privacy of the patients is going to be encrypted and secure.
Amazon as always is growing and is creating new services, and it's great. It's gonna be like the big giant of
technology.
Service of technology. So it's really interesting to see where they're going ahead to. Moving on, and we're gonna talk about one of our favorite robotic company, Boston Dynamics. They have a new improvement of the SpotMini, the original design, one of the most famous robot, and now they added arms to this design. No? So it was creepy before, now it's even more creepy with an upper body. No, it looked like a minotaur or something like that. But no, we like to see improvement, and the design seems like really cool. We see what happened, basically.
They're basically now trying to implement new concept ideas. This is not a final design. This is just the physical design of it. It doesn't have the electronics. They don't give any details about the software. But it's great to see.
The first step to see how they can develop the software. You see, no? So they are improving their robots, and I kind of want to see the kind of the perfect humanoid made by Boston Dynamics. So let's see what happens.
And now to finish, good news from NASA. NASA's InSight Mars lander has just arrived to Mars successfully. So what this new robot is gonna do is basically gonna get the seismic data about Mars, get more information about the atmosphere, about the ground, so that we know more about Mars, and we ensure that when we go there, everything is gonna controlled and all right.
Yeah, we'll see how this race to getting to Mars, that we all know it will arrive someday.
The special race,
is not only made by Elon Musk, it's actually NASA and many other organizations helping today. So it's good news to see that NASA as well is making improvement in that sense. You know?
Going to Mars is going to involve collaboration between private companies, many governments, many people working on one project together.
Exactly. How we can see that as well. That will be really interesting to see what happens. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you guys like this new format of Lyto News.
If you like our channel, subscribe, please.
Exactly, and if you learn something or enjoy with the way we comment the technical news of the week, please give a like as well. That's it. See you.
Comment down below. Comment down below your opinion about this news, your sources. If you have any other sources for this kind of tech news.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see where are you guys getting the information. We use TechCrunch, The Wire, many others. So it will be interesting to see where you guys get the information exactly. And that's it for today. See you on the next one.
Next video.